Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. Moorea here and happy new year. This is my first video of 2025 in terms of like a long form video. I haven't done a long form video in a while. My last long form video on here was about 3 months ago. I think it was the one size foundation video that I did. So I'm doing another complexion video, but I'm just doing a in-depth tutorial on what I've been doing for my face as of late and the products that I like to use. Typically, my powder routine and my bronzer slash contour routine, like the products I'm showing you, always stay the same. Interchangeably, I will like maybe use a different primer for the day or setting spray or foundation and maybe concealer. But these are products that I've been like gravitating towards more recently when I'm doing like a full beat, taking my time and doing like what I really like to do. So if you would like to see how I achieved this complexion, then keep on watching. Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. Moorea here and happy new year. This is my first like long form video of the new year. I've been creating content. If you don't follow me already on my other social media platforms like Instagram or TikTok, I do post there. Like I post on my story almost every day on Instagram. Some days I go when I take a little break, but I am constantly posting on my story there. I'm trying to get back into like posting on my page. And then I post on TikTok and I've also been posting some shorts. So yeah, but this year is the year of long form content. So let's dive in. We're starting off the year with doing a base routine. So I want to do my base, what I've been loving recently, and the mixture that I like. So we're going to go into that. That's what this video and focal point is on. So yeah, we're starting off with my brows. Of course, that is a part of your base. So I am going in with the Sephora collection. This is just the brow wax, their Fluff and Fix brow wax. I'm applying and distributing that through my brows. I started off by back combing them to really coat each hair, and now I'm just shaping them. This one is almost done, actually. This is my second bottle. I love this product. It's amazing. And I've been wearing this. I literally wear this every single day since I've got this. Every single day. And hands down, this product is amazing. It truly is. So I don't need to set it with lash glue, but I am going to set it. That is a preference. It just adds an extra layer of protection. So I'm going in with my clear dual lash glue. And that just, again, locks everything in place. And the reason behind that is I am going out. I'm going to dinner. So I want my brows to completely stay in place. Not that it doesn't, like I said, without it already, but this is just added security for me personally. So just in case anybody was wondering, I don't do this step every day, but when I'm going out or I want my beat to look a certain way, I will add the clear lash glue. Okay, so we're going to go in with one of my favorite concealers that I've been loving recently. Honestly, she's top 2 and she might not be 2. You guys know, if you are new to my channel, I'll inform you, my favorite concealer is KVD Good Apple. But honestly, the reason why I'm saying this might be number 1 is because of the price point. It is just as good as KVD. The coverage is impeccable. It looks so flawless on the skin. It's less, it's cheaper. So she might be number 1. But those are my top 2 concealers that like, I have a lot of different concealers that I'm really feeling, but those 2, and Tower 28. Tower 28 might be 3rd. Tower 28 is actually that girl. She's really good. Tower 28 concealer. She's that girl. So yeah, I'm gonna use the shade 29Y. And ooh, I think I got some of that on my carpet. Love that for me. I'm gonna take just a little bit and I'm gonna use that to carve out under my brow. I just need to find my carver brush though that I just reinforced. So any flat brush like this in particular, this is P. Louise 7072. 702. If you know, you know. Anyways, no, it's 7072. It's their cut crease brush, but I flatten it out again with some lash glue to make it real precise, real pristine, real precise. So we use that to like usually cut my crease as well and to carve under my brow. So anyways, I'm going to take a little bit of that concealer, and what I'm going to do is just drag it underneath my brow first. Like so, like that. We're really just doing a rough draft of where I want my concealer under my brow to lay. And ooh, I almost dropped that. And then we're going to go in with a smaller fluffy brush. This is from the crayon case. This is like their pencil case collection. It's called their medium blending brush. It's dense enough to really pack out that concealer, but not like too fluffy. I want some control when I'm buffing this out under my brow. So you can use any brush that you have that is similar, that gives you that same kind of effect. You don't want to go too fluffy. You want something that has density to it. So this is the brush that I'm choosing to use. And really and truly, I'm just covering a larger area under my brow to accentuate it. And then I'm going to go back in with some detail to follow the natural shape and curvature of my brow. That's basically the method to my madness here. I've been really focusing on my base and perfecting it, but I'm itching and wanting to get back into creativity, and that requires eyeshadow for me. So yeah. So now I'm going to take that same brush. I added a little bit more product of the concealer, flattened it out so that the product is evenly distributed on the brush. And then my brow, I have arches naturally here once I like laminate it with the product, right? So essentially, listen, brows are not identical. They're like fraternal twins. They're not identical twins, fraternal twins. So they're not going to be the exact same because naturally my brows are not the exact same. So we're going to try our best to make them as similar as possible. So I am just going to curve, and it's going to be hard for me to talk and do this, so I'm not going to talk and do this, but I'm just trying to explain the steps before I actually do it so you guys know what I'm doing. I am going to follow my natural arch and like clean up that shape before I go in with my brow pen. That's where my arch is, and then I'm cleaning up where it dips naturally. See that difference? See how this one has like a more controlled, defined line. And then obviously there's areas of my brow where it's sparse, and that's where I'm going to go in with my brow pen to fill it in and make it more full and naturally fluffy. Um, and that's it. That my brow routine has become so easy over the years. Um, so hopefully you guys can see that difference. Structure, not quite fine-tuned yet. Structure, not quite fine-tuned yet. So now I'm going to take the ABH brow pen, one of the best brow pens on the market, in my opinion. And I'm going to add light brow hair strokes to the sparse areas of my brow. That's literally it. My brows are done. I might go in a little bit more with some concealer just because I'm a perfectionist on like shape and stuff, but that's it. And then I'm going to set it with my powder. Okay, so I've set my brow, and my tried and true powder that I've been using for the last few months, and I have not been able to put it down, is Sweet Honey from One Size. Obsessed. So now we're going to go in and we're going to start our base. Now my skin is prepped. I do plan on doing an updated skincare routine video where I'll just be talking about the products that I use to do my skincare. But my skin is prepped, and now we're going to go in with my primer of choice. My primer of choice as of recently has been the Milk Pore Eclipse. I personally love this primer because what I look for in a primer is something that's going to smooth the skin and help control oils and just overall help with longevity, but also not dry out my skin. So this is everything above. It is oil controlling. It is the primer that Milk has that is for oily skin. I mean, you can use Hydro Grip as well, but if you have severely oily skin to combo skin, this primer is for you. And it smooths the skin as well. It just looks so good. Whenever I use this primer, my skin just looks so good. I'm going to go in and color correct. I've been using this color corrector for years, and this is the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Orange. I get it from my local beauty supply store, and that is what I use as my color corrector. I've quite literally been using this for over 10 years, and I just haven't changed it. So that is what I'm using. Now, I did squirt out a bit, but I'm not going to use all of that. Again, if you're new here, I color correct under my chin, certain parts of my face, and my neck mainly. That is where I predominantly use this color corrector because that's where I need it the most. And I put foundation on my neck. I think in general, even if you don't put foundation down into your neck, into your collar, you should be putting foundation down your neck because it just makes everything go more seamlessly. Even if it's just like a light swiping down and you're not going in like how I actually like apply foundation in that area, you should be applying foundation down into your neck for a seamless blend. Some people even apply foundation on their ears because they miss that. But for me, I don't have to do that. I go into my neck. Okay, so now my brows are done. I'm color corrected. I am primed. We're gonna go in with our foundation. Now, I like to mix foundations. I have my foundations that I love on their own, but the foundation mixture that I've been loving is these two right here. So this is the Dior Backstage Foundation. I'm already halfway through this bottle. This is the Dior Backstage Foundation. I've been mixing this foundation with a lot of different things. But specifically this and the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, chef's kiss. I use Tahoe in this one, and then this one is 5N. So I mix the two together to create my perfect shade. So I'm going to go ahead and shake up both and mix that together. If you don't have a palette, I highly suggest you do, even if it's just for yourself and you're not a makeup artist, because you can mix your stuff together. It's sanitary. Get it from Shop Miss A. It's like a couple of cents. So I'm just going to apply this mixture all over my face in the areas I need it. And it's really just my cheeks. And then the rest, like a little bit on my forehead. And then we're going to go in with a dampened sponge and we're going to start pouncing that into our skin. Like this. So moving into our next step, because my foundation is applied down my face and neck, now everything is nice and even. We're going to take my same 29Y concealer from Sephora Collection, and we're going to apply that generously under my eye area. And then on the outskirts, we're going to be leaving a gap in that center. We're going to do the center of my face down my nose, onto my chin, and above my cupid's bow. While that is setting down a little bit, I'm going to go in and contour. So my favorite contour, I've been using this for like the last few years actually, is the NARS Laguna. There's a little bit of a dent, you guys can see that, but it's like so like small. I'm going to be taking number 93 Sephora Collection angled brush, and I'm going to dip that directly into the product. The reason why I like this specifically is because it's a cream to powder product. I'm very particular when it comes to complexion products, especially like cream blushes or contours or bronzers. They need to have like a cream to powder formulation, because I just find, me personally, on my skin, anything that doesn't set on its own or dry down to a powder finish doesn't look good on my skin. Like once I set it and stuff, it just looks weird on my skin. So that's just a personal preference. I just swirl my brush into the cap to just evenly distribute it into the brush and kind of like feather out that product into the bristles. And then I press it into my face. Again, I know this is a bronzer, but I use this to contour my face because of the shade. It is deep enough and has that like neutral undertone to it, to where it is going to add contrast and contour to my face, as opposed to like warming up the skin, which is what a bronzer actually does. So this is why I like to use this specific shade and product. Okay, so now that that product is applied, we're going to go ahead and we're going to blend out our concealer because it's been sitting long enough. So we're gonna go into my chin and above my lip. I save my eye for last. And don't worry if you go back into your contour and it lightens it up, because we are gonna reinforce between and sandwich in our bronzer. So I'm blending that out, and then my nose. And now I'm gonna go in under my eye. And you guys are gonna see how beautiful this concealer is. Look at that. This concealer is so good. I just, every single time I wear it, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. Right here, you guys, I'm just going in with a slightly lighter shade in my inner corner. It's the shade 26N. It's the same. Just a little bit. That's it. Now, normally I use terracotta from ABH to bronze, and she's cute. There's also a dent in this, but I bought a slightly deeper color that I want to try today, and it's the shade Deep Tan. It's literally a shade deeper, and she's fresh. So I'm going to take my Rare Beauty brush. I don't know the number of this brush or the name. What is this brush? It's just like this flat kind of like dual fiber-ish brush. And we're going to dip this into the cream bronzer generously. And oh yeah, we're going to sandwich this in between my contour and where I concealed, just on my cheeks. And I don't bronze my jawline, I just do my cheeks and my forehead. So that is where we are going to sandwich this product. And this is also a cream to powder bronzer. So as you guys can see, this is what works for me. You don't necessarily have to use all the same products that I use. If you like a dewy look, then by all means go ahead and get you like a dewy bronzer that doesn't necessarily have like a matte finish or whatever the case may be. That's fine. But this is just my personal preference on how I like products, and like my experience on how they lay and set on my skin. And then same thing again, we're going to blend out that concealer, but we're concentrating it in the corner. Like that. See? set under my eyes real quick because I have natural lines under my eyes. And I'm going to look up and just quickly set that first and then go in with my powder puff. Okay. So now I'm just going to take a powder puff. You can get these off Amazon. You can get these off Shop Miss A. You can get these off Shein. You can get these wherever your heart desires. These ones in specific are from Amazon, but I also have ones from Shein as well. So yeah, I'm just going in with my Sweet Honey from one size, and I am pressing this powder into the cap of the product onto the back of my hand to evenly distribute, and then pressing it under my eye and any area of my face where I get oily and I want to reinforce and set. I am a powder fiend, okay? It is what works for me, and I've been doing this for years in terms of like how I set my face and the powders that I layer. And I'm not like going in and doing heavy layers of everything. I am using light layers, especially when it comes to powder, and it always comes out beautifully. So, me personally, powder is a staple in my routine. I know people are scared of powder because they feel like it'll make their skin look cakey and dry and whatever. Honestly, if you have normal to oily skin, powders, even if you have dry skin, powder can be your friend. And I know this for a fact because even when I was freelancing and I had dry clients, trust me, I was still powdering their face. So don't be scared of powder. You just need to find the right powder for you. I have talked about this powder for literally over a decade. This is the MAC Studio Fix powder. I use the shade NC55 or C8. Both work for me. Another close second to this powder, honestly, Sephora Collection. I haven't tried their new powder, but I have their old powder that they discontinued. I'm going to assume that their new powder is not like is good. They just kind of like renamed it. But Sephora Collection powder is really good too. And Sheglam. Sheglam's foundation powder is bomb. Like really good. A close second. But MAC will always be that girl. So I'm gonna go in with a nice dense powder. Okay. So this is a nice dense powder brush. I'm going in with it and I'm going to press that into my face. Press that into my face. And I'm not using a lot, you guys. This is a powder brush. I'm not using like a sponge and swiping and pressing it into my face. This is a full coverage powder foundation. You can get like super full coverage. You can also sheer it out. This is a multi-purpose product. You not only have to use it for a foundation, but you can use it to bronze your skin. There are shades cool enough for you to contour your skin. Honestly, to highlight the skin, MAC Studio Fix powder is beautiful. If you don't mind spending the 60 Canadian dollars, I know it's $60. If you don't mind spending the 60 Canadian dollars, please invest and get you some Studio Fix powder. If not, do the Sephora collection because Sephora collection's like 20 or 30. It's definitely not more than $30. Sephora collection powder, I don't think. But yeah, it's worth it. And if not, Sheglam, because Sheglam's powder is like $9. Okay, so that powder is done. Second powder, or no, that's not the second powder. This is the third powder. Is the mineralized skin finish. Again, this powder is beautiful. This is a powder that I would definitely recommend for dry skin. Can Studio Fix powder be used on dry skin? Yes, but you have to do like a fluffier brush, I would say, and not as dense to have even lighter distribution just because that is a mattifying powder. But mineralized skin finish is the powder for dry skin. And micro smooth powder from Sephora collection. Those powders are beautiful for dry skin. I'm telling you, dry skin girlies, tap in. Try it. Just give it a try. Okay? And all of this madness of powder is going to make sense. and it's gonna come together. I promise you it's gonna come together. When I show you guys my picture, when I take my pictures, you guys are gonna see. I'm going in with my mineralized and I'm just pressing that on top. What I find this does is actually smooths out my skin a little bit more and adds a little bit more of a dimension because it does have a little bit of a glow. It's not like shimmery at all. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just different from the matte powder. And layering this on top of Studio Fix powder, it just, I'm telling you, I'm looking like my skin, I swear you can see it in the camera. My skin is smoothing out even more. I don't know what they did in the lab, but keep doing it. And I'm really just concentrating the powder in the center of my face and then just buffing it out the rest. So that's what I'm doing with this. And then I'm going to swipe away the sweet honey powder. Okay, swipe that away. That's gone. My face powder is essentially done. Not quite. We still gotta do contour, bronze, blush. Oh, I forgot a step. I was supposed to cream blush, but I forgot to do that, which is fine. I knew I forgot something, but we're still gonna do blush. We're just gonna do powder blush today. But I don't always cream blush, so it's not really that big of a deal to me. I definitely cream contour and bronze more, but this is a blush that I've been obsessed with, which is from One Size, which is Rich Betch. We are not going to be using the cream blush part of that, but we are going to be using these two and layering it. So anyways, we move along. I'm going to take my same powder puff and I'm going to take the Sheglam foundation powder. This is the Skin Focus High Coverage Powder Foundation, by the way, if you want to know. I'm using the shade Butterscotch. We're going to swirl that into the pan. We're going to pat that onto the back of my hand and we are going to concentrate it under my eye. This is for reinforcing my bright under eye today. And before people come in my comments and they're like, oh, ladies or whatever, you guys don't need to do all of this. You don't. You don't. And I've said that several times. You don't need to do every single step that I'm doing. I'm just doing it. And I don't even do this every single day, like for my makeup, but this is how I get like a really nice, like slayed, perfected beat that lasts for 24 hours. And I only know that because I have fallen asleep in my makeup before, which I don't recommend at all. I'm actually an advocate of take your makeup off, but you know, sometimes stuff happens and this makeup lasts for 24 hours. So this is a foolproof base for me, and this is what I personally like to do. It's therapeutic. But you can skip a couple of steps. Like, you don't have to do all these powders if you don't want to. I promise you, it's not that deep. So now, with the same brush that I used earlier for my contour, I'm going to use the same brush. I'm just going to swipe off like any excess product, even though it's a cream to powder product. And I'm going to go into my contour powder, which my contour powder is the Sleek Cosmetics face contour kit. And I can't get my hands on this powder anymore. And it's coming to an end, which is really making me sad. But yeah, they don't have a website anymore. I tried searching for it to see if I could like buy another one. And they just don't have a website anymore. So I have other powders and bronzers again that are cool toned enough for me to use to contour, but I really like this product and I really like this contour specifically. So it makes me sad that I can't get my hands on it anymore. The next powder, we're almost done. We're almost done with our powders. Is my bronzer. So this is the NYX Butter Melt Bronzer in the shade number 6, Do Butter. It's such a pretty bronzer. I've been obsessed with this one. And we're going to bronze our face. And I like to bronze just the tops of my cheeks, on top of my contour, into my eye, like on my side here, and onto my temples and forehead. I also bronze a little bit on my nose and I love it because it looks so good when it comes together. And then for my blush, I'm going to go in with the middle shade first from One Size. And Apples of Cheeks, Temples. And then as a topper, we're going to do that bottom shade, which has a little bit of a glow to it, and I like it. It reminds me of Sweet as Cocoa by MAC, and that's my favorite blush in the world. But that's the blush combo for today. So that is my complexion. But what really seals everything in for me and like settles all the powders that I've just used is MAC Fix Plus. Love this stuff. So I'm going to take off my mic because I don't want to get it wet, and I'm going to douse my face in Fix Plus. Look at my complexion. That made a difference. I love MAC Fix Plus. What people need to understand is this is not a setting spray. This is not going to set your makeup in place and make it last longer. Max Fix Plus Stay All Night or whatever, Stay Over, whatever that new one is called in the pink, white and pink bottle, that's a setting spray. This is a settling spray, a fixing spray. This is going to, like, not fixing spray, sorry. It's a settling spray. It's going to settle your layers, your powders. A lot of the times makeup artists will use it in between. So like they'll put on their foundation, spray their face, put on their concealer, spray their face. I don't use it in that regard, but you can, and I've done that on clients. I like to do this at the end of all my powders, which is why I like to douse my face, but I immediately dry it down with either like a fan or like, you know, one of these fans. And it melts everything into your face so beautifully. And then at the end, because again, I do have oily combo skin, I'll use like a mattifying setting spray, like One Size or Charlotte Tilbury or Elf or Milk Pore Eclipse setting spray. Those are my top setting sprays in my collection that I like to use to aid in longevity. So that's why I'm not afraid of powder, because I use it in light layers. And then I know that Fix Plus is going to come to the rescue and settle it down in place. Another spray that does do a similar thing, but I don't really like it too much as MAC, and I will always rebuy the MAC Fix Plus, is the Morphe. People think the Morphe setting spray locks their makeup in place, and me personally, I don't think it does at all. I think the Morphe spray is like MAC Fix Plus. It's just a little bit too dewy for me, so that's why I don't really like it like that. But I love the amount of hydration and dewiness that the MAC Fix Plus brings back into your skin. So yeah, like, and the proof is in the pudding, because I'm like looking at my face in the camera and she is snatched, and I strategically apply it. It's the technique of how you're applying it, the brushes that you're using, how you're loading up your brush, the type of brush, those things matter. But good setting sprays that lock your makeup in place would be One Size is my number one. I'm loving Elf as well. Sephora Collection setting spray is really good. I finished mine, and I haven't repurchased a bottle because I have other sprays I want to get through, but that's also a good setting spray. Charlotte Tilbury, Pore Eclipse setting spray from Milk. Those are top tier setting sprays that lock your makeup in place and help with longevity. Just a little pro tip. Okay, I'm going to go finish my liner and my lips because this video is long already and my focal point is my complexion. And I'm going to come back at the end when my hair is done and I have my outfit on and everything. Okay, guys, so this is my hair. This is my natural hair. I just have it in a fro, like a curly fro. Yeah, I'm like getting back into wearing my natural hair out. Anyways, this is my hair. I have on my fit. It's just like a black cozy set, and then I'm about to head out the door. But this is the completed look. Lashes, liner, everything is done. Put together the lips For my lip combination, I'm just going to tell you guys because I know someone's going to ask me. Bite Me lip liner from Morphe. They discontinued it. I don't think they relaunched it in their colored pencils. And then Richie, they also discontinued this. For my lipstick, I'm wearing MAC's Peach Stock, which I have a shorts on my page swatching all the latest new MAC lipsticks. So I'm wearing Peach Stock today. And then for the glosses, I'm wearing Love Nectar by MAC. And then to reinforce my liner, I'm wearing this lip gloss from About Face, and it's called Play Hooky. It's just a dark chocolatey brown, just to have that ombre. To set my face, because I did set my face with my setting spray. This is my combination today, just so you guys are aware. So I first started off with the Milk Pori Clips. I shake it up. Always make sure you check if your instructions on your setting spray say to shake it, because that makes the world of a difference. So I shook it up, sprayed my face, let that dry, and then I did a layer of this. So I always secure, I either use this on its own or I always secure it like this is like the final layer, which is the One Size Until Dawn setting spray. That's pretty much it in terms of like questions I think people are going to ask me. But this is the complexion video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something new. And yeah, I will see you guys in another video soon. As I said, I am going to be going live January 30th. I'm really hoping I'm going to upload this video tonight. I am going to dinner. So by the time I get home, I'm going to like unwind, shower and everything, and then really get to cracking with getting this video out there. But yeah, I'll see you guys in another video soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, loves. I really want you guys to like see this beat in like flash lighting and what it looks like. Like, it's just flawless and I love it. And it just doesn't, it never fails me. I just love it. Looks great in photos. So I'm going to take some photos and show you guys. This is what the face is giving. I just wanted to add that into my ending video.